All right, day two here at the IU Natatorium in downtown Indianapolis on the campus of IUPUI for the 2023 NCSA Summer Swimming Championships. Want to welcome our swim fans listening in via the webcast. We are broadcasting all sessions of this championship meet. Yesterday we had 3 new meet records, had 5 swimmers achieving times equal to or better than the Olympic trial cut time. Olympic trials to be held here in Indianapolis, just a couple blocks from here at Lucas Oil Stadium. And we're all looking forward to that. Want to see as many swimmers as we can here at this meet punch their ticket to the Olympic trials, and then hopefully on to Paris representing Team USA. Today we're going to have competition. Women's 200 free, the men's 400 IM, women's 100 breaststroke, men's 100 breaststroke, women's 200 fly, men's 100 backstroke. As part of our final session this evening, 200 freestyle relay for men, and it'll be the 800 freestyle relay, or for the 400 freestyle relay, 200 freestyle relay rather, for women, it'll be the 800 freestyle relay for men. So that's today's lineup. And this morning we're going to be opening it up. 18 preliminary heats in women's 200 freestyle. Good luck to all of our swimmers today. Ready now for Heat 1. Lane 1 for Southeastern Swim Club, Ashley Sapel. 2 for Tide Riders, Claire Chumley. 3 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Amy Quinlan. 4 for Southeastern Swim Club, Julia Kiley. 5 for Rockville Montgomery, Alyssa Kwan. 6 for Core Swimming, Grace Belknap. And 7 for Tide Riders, Brooke Shattuck. And lane 8 for Tide Riders, Caitlin Coleman. Meet record of the women's 200 freestyle, a 159.87. And the Olympic trial cut time in this event, 2:00.89. Julia Kiley, Southeastern Swim Club at the 100, 105.24. Head of Alyssa Kwan. Lane 5 from Rockville Montgomery, who turned it a 105.44. Into the wall they come to finish off Heat 1. Grace Belknap of Core Swimming, 213.54. Heat 2. Lane 1 for Wilmington Aquatic Club, Mallory Jeremiah. 2 for Tide Riders, Kate Punawert. 3 for Long Island Aquatic, Maya Petler, 4 for St. Andrews Aquatics. Logan Zielinski, 5 for Novi Sturgeons. Sierra Newton, 6 for Academy Bullets Swim Club. Peyton Dorman, 7 for Rockville Montgomery. Celia Watkins, and in lane 8 for Chelsea Piers Aquatics, Ayan Eliswa. Sierra Newton out front, lane 5. She turns at a 104.50 at the 100. Ahead of Mallory Jeremiah, lane 1, 104.89. Peyton Dorman from Academy Bullets, 212.31, heat 3. Lane 1 for Celine Swim Team, Yanyi Adler, 2 for Academy Bullets. Jillian McNamara, 3 for North Carolina Aquatic. Avery Shuping, 4 for Team Pittsburgh. Zoe Poe, 5 for Stingrays. Addie Rice, 6 for Waukesha Express. Evelyn Brown, 7 for Bowling Green Swim Club. Claire Camille, and 8 for Chicago Wolfpack, Colleen Tracy. And we got Avery Shuping from North Carolina Aquatic Club leading the way at the 100, 103.99, ahead of Zoe Poe, lane 4 for Team Pittsburgh, who turned in a 104.12. Avery Shuping, North Carolina Aquatic, brings it in lane 3 to touch first in heat 3 in a time of 110.66, heat 4. Lane 1 for Chelsea Piers Aquatics, Anna Edwards. 2 for Long Island Aquatic, Allison Hayes. 3 for Affinity Aquatic, Megan Becker. 4 for Fast Tigers, Grace Parsons. 5 for Academy Bullets, Zuzana Krasnicki. 6 for Zionsville Swim Club. Kathleen Baroker. 7 for Lakeside. Katie Coulter. And in lane 8 for Waukesha Express, Avery Larson. Kathleen Baroker, Zionsville Swim Club, lane 6. At the 100, 103.33, ahead of Avery Larson of Waukesha Express, lane 8, who turned at a 103.51. Avery Larson touched first out of lane 8, 210.71. Heat 5. Heat 5 underway. Lane 1 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Daniela Ferrara-Fontes. 2 for Waukesha Express, Kate Larson. 3 for Bowling Green Swim Club, Natalie Sanders. 4 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Georgia Wimberly. 5 for Long Island Aquatic, Kara McDonald. 6 for Nova of Virginia, Lane Francis. 7 for Southeast Metro Sharks, Mallory Payne. And lane 8 for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers, Emma Schwertfeger. Georgia Wimberly at the 100, 103.54 with Ferraris Fontes. Second in lane 1, 104.06. Coming up on the end of Heat 5 here. And first to touch, Daniela Ferreras-Fontes of Texas Ford Aquatics, 210.79, Heat 6. Lane 1 for City of Lafayette Aquatics, Joanna Miller. 2 for Texas Ford. Eden Addison. 3 for Franklin Regional. Reagan Graves. 4 for Tide Riders, Catherine Chavez, 5 for St. Croix Swim Club. Isabel Espinoza, 6 for Badger Aquatics. Jillian Holler, 7 for Arlington Aquatic Club. Charlotte Scogna, and 8 for Rockwood Swim Club. Alexis Cook. Meter turn, and out front, Jillian Holler, Badger Aquatic, 103.24, head of Alexis Cook. Lane 8 representing Rockwood Swim Club, 103.28. And it is Jillian Holler, 208.87. Heat 7. Lane 1 for Long Island Aquatic, Sasha Carafin. 2 for Tide Riders, Ella Arbiter. 3 for Chicago Wolfpack, Fagan Kaminsky. 4 for Arlington Aquatic Club, Nora Sherman. 5 for Fast Tigers, Claire Francis. 6 for Rockville Montgomery, Sarah Smith. 7 for Dad's Club, Emily Diamasis. And lane 8 for Academy Bullets, Annabelle Naraki. Nora Sherman, Arlington Aquatic Club out front. She turns in a 101.79 ahead of Fagan Kaminsky, Chicago Wolfpack in lane 3, 102.33. Coming up on the end of Heat 7 here, women's 200 freestyle preliminaries. And touching first out of lane 2, Ella Arbiter, Tide Riders in a time of 2:09.51, Heat 8. Lane 1 for Eagle Swim Team, Casey Zentz. 2 for Petty Aquatic Association, Madeline Brennan. 3 for St. Croix Swim Club, Mary McCormick. 4 for Arlington Aquatic, Haley Lehman. 5 for Lakeside Swim Team, Carly Tyler, 6'4", Long Island Aquatic. Ellie Frank, 7 for Rockwood Swim Club. Hayden Schissel. And lane 8 for Tsunami Swim Team, Cheyenne Kissinger. Leading at the 100 out of lane 7, Hayden Schissel, Rockwood. She turns in a 102.28 ahead of Madeline Brennan, Petty Aquatic Association, lane 2. 102.39, her 100 split. Looks to be Hayden Schissel, Rockwood Swim Club at the wall, 209.10. Heat 9. Lane 1 for course swimming, Amelia Lester. 2 for Texas Fort Aquatics, Avery Wharton. 3 for Arkansas Dolphins, Zoe Smith. Lane 4 for Northwest Arkansas Aquatic, Ellison Schrank. 5 for Machine Aquatics, Alina Stukas. 6 for Kentucky Aquatics, Christina Aud. 7 for Lakeside, Lilia Walker. And lane 8 for Boilermaker Aquatics, Maris Emmert. Stukas turning at the 100 in lane 5, 102.45. Had Avery Wharton, Texas Fort Aquatics in lane 2, 102.72. Into the wall they come to finish off Heat 9. And first to touch, Avery Wharton out of lane 2 for Texas Fort Aquatics, 2:08.02. That's our quickest posting so far. Heading into Heat 10. Heat 10 in the water. Lane 1 for Team Pittsburgh, Hannah Klingensmith. 2 for Lakeside Swim Team, Ella Donlin. 3 for Lakeside, Lena Sayers. 4 for Affinity Aquatic, Ellen Hunt. 5 for Novi Sturgeons, Catherine White. 6 for Tide Riders, Campbell Morosky. 7 for Oli Swimming, Emma Kate Zanoli. And in lane 8 for Academy Bullets Swim Club, Amelia Murphy. Lena Sayers from Lakeside, lane 3 out front, 101.85, ahead of Ella Donlin, her teammate from Lakeside, lane 2 at a 102.69. Sayers still out front at the 150. Ellen Hunt, lane 4, second. It's going to be Lena Sayers, Lakeside Swim Team, lane 3, 208.95. Heat 11. Lane 1 for New Wave Swim Club, Isabel Monday. 2 for Hershey Aquatics, Natalie Calarossi. 3 for Chelsea Piers Aquatics, Liv Gielen. 4 for Arlington Aquatic Club, Rachel Connolly. 5 for Lakeside Swim Team, Elizabeth Suma. 6 for Tide Riders, Allison Maloney. 7 for Blazing Barracudas, Meredith Stewart. And lane 8 for North Carolina Aquatic, Abigail Emmerich. Over in lane 5, we got Elizabeth Suma. Turning at the 100, 101.02, ahead of Isabel Monday in lane 1 at a 101.05. Elizabeth Suma, Lakeside Swim Team, is going to have our new quick time of the morning. Heat 11 of 18 to be swum in this preliminary session. Suma's time, 2:05.05. Heat 12. Lane 1 for St. Croix Swim Club, Sydney Detman, 2 for Stingrays. Rose Jones, 3 for Dad's Club. Ella Burke, 4 for St. Andrews Aquatic. Sienna Griffiths, 5 for Chelsea Piers Aquatic. Peyton Foster, 6 for Waukesha Express. Carly Marizik, 7 for Lakeside Swim Team. Sydney Brager, and 8 for Team Pittsburgh. Caitlin Connors. Sydney Brager here, lane 7, turns at a 1:01.30. Head of Sydney Detman of St. Croix Swim Club over in lane 1, 1:02.43. On the wall first in heat 12. Ella Burke, 2:07.99. Heat 13 up next. Lane 1 for Academy Bullets, Haley Vlasic, 2 for Stingrays. Finley Jolens, 3 for Long Island Aquatic Club. Samantha Anderson, 4 for Tide Riders. Nora Lee Brown, 5 for Ole Swimming. Lise McCall, 6 for Fast Tigers. Nalini Cortez, 7 for Zionsville Swim Club. Ava Metzger, and lane 8 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Vivienne Zingaro. Nora Lee Brown out front at the 100. She turns in a 101.12. Head of Elise McCall, lane 5. Over in lane 1, Haley Vlasic, Academy Bullets, with a time of 2:06.78. Heat 14. Heat 14 underway. Lane 1 for Lakeside Swim Team, Ava Graziani. 2 for Team Greenville, Lily Abdullah. 3 for Atlanta Swimming, Amelia Higgins. 4 for Center Grove Aquatic Club, Laura Phipps. 5 for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers, Claire Parsons. 6 for Novi Sturgeons, Emily Roden. 7 for Greenwich YWCA, Penelope Lazar. And lane 8 for Affinity Aquatic Club, Laura Robertson. Ava Graziani, Lakeside Swim Team, leads the charge here in lane 1, turns in a 59.97 at the 100. Head of Laura Phipps, Center Grove Aquatic Club, lane 4, 100.83. Heat 14 getting ready to finish up here, and our quickest time so far, working through the preliminaries of the women's 200 freestyle, was out of Heat 11, Elizabeth Suma of Lakeside, 2:05.05. And Lily Abdullah, Team Greenville, here in lane 2, 2:05.09 for our new quick time. Heat 15. Lane 1 for Suburban Seahawks, Gima Underkoffler. 2 for Chelsea Piers Aquatics, Anam Alasware. 3 for Tsunami Swim Team, Avery True. 4 for Rockwood Swim Club, Taylor Kloutman. 5 for Rockwood, Sydney Shoke. 6 for Wilmington Aquatic Club, Rachel Buckrath. 7 for North Carolina Aquatic, Daisy Collins. And 8 for Team Greenville, Lauren Adams. Rachel Bockrath, lane 6 at the 100, 100.42. Head of Anam Alasware from Chelsea Piers Aquatic, and a 100.84. Heat 15 coming into the wall, and it is Rachel Bockrath in a time of 2:06.30, Heat 16. First of our circle-seated heats here in the women's 200 freestyle preliminaries, heat 16. Lane 1 for City of Mobile, Peyton Williams. 2 for Germantown Academy, Sarah Freeman. 3 for Irish Aquatics, Lily Christensen. 4 for City of Lafayette, Marie Lenrenau. 5 for Chicago Wolfpack, Julietta Tracy. 6 for Rockville Montgomery, Madison Smith. 6 for Nova of Virginia, Riley Miklos. And in lane 8 for North Carolina Aquatic, Yuri Brock. Marie Lenrenau, City of Lafayette, in lane 4, turning at the 100, 59.99, ahead of Madison Smith, lane 6. Representing Rockville Montgomery, the 100.30 for Madison. Madison Smith now out front at the 150 as she turns in a 131.81. And Madison Smith, Rockville Montgomery, here in lane 6, touching in a 2:03.06, our quickest posting so far with 2 more heats left to go. Heat 12. A correction, heat 17. Lane 1 for Germantown Academy, Carly Bowles. 2 for North Carolina Aquatic, Isabel Walk. 3 for Waukesha Express, Olivia Weiner. 4 for St. Andrews, Aspen Gersper. 5 for Germantown Academy, Emily Hamill. 6 for Zionsville Swim Club, Annabelle Swinney. 7 for Academy Bullets, Sadie Murphy. And 8 for Team Greenville, Lilla Bugner. Once again, the SCSA record in this event, 159.87. And the Olympic trial cut time in the women's 200 freestyle is a 2:00.89. Emily Hamill out in front, lane 5, Germantown Academy. She turns 1:00.17 ahead of Aspen Gersper of St. Andrews Aquatics, 1:00.29. Gersper now out front at the 150, 131.86 ahead of Hamill. Third is Lilla Bogner in lane 8. And touching first, Aspen Gersper from St. Andrews Aquatics, 2:03.77, heat 18. It's our final heat here in the preliminaries of the women's 200 freestyle. Lane 1 for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers, Emma Schumacher. 2 for Academy Bullets, Rebecca Rentz. 3 for Dad's Club, Sydney Smith. 4 for Course Swimming, Campbell Chase. 5 for Rockville Montgomery, Andrea Warak. 6 for Lakeside Swim Team, Haley McDonald. 7 for Waukesha Express, Ella Antnuski. And in lane 8 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Madison Connor. Haley McDonald, lane 6, turned at the 50, 28:43. Head of Dwork in lane 5. Andrew Warwick, lane 5, 59:33, ahead of Haley McDonald, lane 6. Turn it to 150 now. Warwick out front, lane 5, 131.22, ahead of McDonald. Third now, Campbell Chase, lane 4. Quickest posting out of Heat 16, 2:03.06. And Haley McDonald, Lakeside at the wall, 2:03.47. 11 heats coming up now for the men's 400 IM, Heat 1. Here in Heat 1, lane 3, from Carolina Aquatic Team, Benjamin Pritchard. 4 for Fast Tigers. Anthony Adams. 5 for Northwest Aquatics, Dane Boscus. NCSA meet record in the men's 400 IM is a 4:18.44, and the Olympic trial cut time 4:25.19. Benjamin Pritchard at the 100, 1:03.41. Ahead of Anthony Adams, 1:04.17. Here now are the results of preliminary swims in the women's 200 freestyle. Second alternate in E, Metzger. First alternate, Sires. In the E final, Holler, Anderson, Schumacher, Lester, Collins, Wharton, Burke, and Freeman. The D final, McCall, Kloutman, Emmerich, Adams, Schoch, Ullisware, Vlasic, and Underkoffler. In the bonus final, Swinney, Miklos, Smith, True, Walk, Buckrath, Graziano, and Murphy. Consolation final heat, Williams, Antnuski, Christensen, Rentz, Bowles, Abdella, Suma, and Bogner. In the championship final heat of the women's 200 free, Wayner, Chase, Lendrenau, Hemmel, Gersper, Dvorak, McDonald, And your top seed from Rockville, Montgomery, Madison Smith, in a time of 2:03.06. Time now is 9:17, a 30-minute scratch rule in effect for event number 11. Into the breaststroke leg, and out in front, well, we've got Adams and Boscus, lanes 4 and 5, turning at the exact same time, 3:42.10. Benjamin Pritchard, lane 3, turning in a 3:48.45. So coming in on heat 1 of 11 to be swum here is Anthony Adams, Fisher's Tigers in lane 4, 4:45.25. Heat 2. Lane 2 for North Carolina Aquatic, Colton Shares. 3 for New Wave Swim Club, Logan Beebe. 4 for North Carolina Aquatic, Tyler Barrett. 5 for Core Swimming, Evan Gluck. 6 for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers, Louis Sanchez. And 7 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Ethan Chan. Logan Beebe, New Wave Swim Club, lane 3 at the end of the fly, 1:00.60. Ethan Chan, second in lane 7, 1:02.96. Into the backstroke they go. Logan Beebe out front at the 200, 2:14.58, ahead of Louis Sanchez Fast Tigers lane 6, 2:16:45. Luis Sanchez at the end of the breaststroke, 3:37.79 ahead of BB in lane 3. 3:39.15, Tyler Barrett, lane 4. Third position, he turns 3:39.76. Into the wall they come to finish off Heat 2. Luis Sanchez of Fast Tigers lane 6. His time, 4:42.03. Heat 3. Lane 1 for Team Pittsburgh here in Heat 3. Joshua Grimmenstein, 2 for Suburban Seahawks. Gavin Schifflet, 3 for Swim Streamline. Daniel Bittner, 4 for Texas Ford Aquatics. Graydon Barker, 5 for Tide Riders. Brody Blatt, 6 for Rockville Montgomery. Cooper Zachar Kemney. Lane 7 for Eagle Swim Team, Brandon Richter. And lane 8 for Lakeside Swim Team, Mason Lanning. Graydon Barker at the end of the fly, 101.47. Head of Brandon Richter. Lane 7, who turns in a 102.22. 200-meter mark here in Heat 3 with Brandon Richter out front, lane 7, 2:12.37 ahead of Brody Blatt from Tide Riders, who turned in a 2:15.16. Turn at the 300 here with Brandon Richter. Lane 7 out front, 3:39.69. Ahead of Joshua Grimstein from Team Pittsburgh, lane 1 at a 3:40.66. Brandon Richter, Eagle Swim Team, coming in here. Cap off Heat 3, his time 4:40.01. Heat 4. Lane 1 for Rockville Montgomery, Linus Cement. 2 for Rockville Montgomery, Matthias Feltrin. 3 for Team Pittsburgh, Hunter Reamer. 4 for, also for Team Pittsburgh, Carter Robertson. 5 for Core Swimming, Chase Dye. 6 for Rockville Montgomery, John Frank. 7 for Rockville Montgomery, Chase Keeler. And in lane 8 for Eagle Swim Team, Max Mislow. John Frank, lane 6, turn to the 101.05. Ahead of Carter Robertson, lane 4, 102.21. Chase Keeler leading at the end of the backstroke. 2:14.54 ahead of John Frank in lane 6. Into the breaststroke they go. Carter Robertson, Team Pittsburgh. A big breaststroke leg there. He's got a sizable lead. Turned at the 300, 335.54 ahead of Chase Dye. Lane 5 at a 338.48. Carter Robertson, 440.82. Heat 5. Lane 1 for Franklin Regional. Alexander Reese, 2 for Lakeside Swim Team. Peyton Harrison, 3 for Novi Sturgeons. Nicholas Serrani, 4 for Team Pittsburgh. Luke Hartman, 5 for Rockville Montgomery. Alexander Wynn, 6 for Eagle Swim Team. Kai Leong, 7 for St. Croix Swim Club. Jackson Kugler. And in lane 8 for Kentucky Aquatics, Maximilian Yo. Jackson Kogler at the 100, 101.50. Ahead of Kai Leong, lane 6, who turned in a 101.66. Luke Hartman out front at the 200. He turns into 2:11.81 ahead of Kai Leong in lane 6, 2:13.40. Lane 2, Peyton Harrison, Lakeside Swim Team, with a strong breaststroke leg as he works his way through Heat 5 of the 400 IM. Turns at a 3:33.31, head of Jackson Cogler, lane 7, 3:36.54. Peyton Harrison, 4:36.76, our new quick time. Heat 6. Lane 1 for Huntsville Swim Association, Lance Young. 2 for Nova of Virginia, Hayden Bartz. 3 for North Carolina Aquatic Club, Andrew Cummins. 4 for Fort Wayne Swim Team, Owen Dankirk. 5 for Chelsea Piers Aquatic, Owen Tharrington. 6 for Southeastern Swim Club, Jehun Zhang. 7 for City of Mobile, James Andrews. And lane 8 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Michael Termaloff. Hayden Bartz, lane 2, 1:00.76 at the 100. Had a Owen Dankirk, lane 4, 1:00.79. Andrew Cummins, North Carolina Aquatic, lane 3 at the end of the backstroke. Turns in a 2:12.74, ahead of Owen Tharrington now in lane 5. 2:14.17. On the breaststroke, lane 8, Michael Termaloff, Texas Ford Aquatics. Termaloff turning into the free at a 3:32.20, ahead of Zhehun Zhang, Southeastern Swim Club in lane 6 at a 3:34.74. Zhehun Zhang trying to close the gap on Termaloff here, but over in lane 3. Andrew Cummins, North Carolina Aquatic, comes back strong, and he touches first in heat 6. 4:37.64. Andrew Cummins, North Carolina Aquatic. Heat 7. Lane 1 for Keystone Aquatics, Ryan Lee. 2 for Rockville Montgomery, Brig Barnett. 3 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Ethan Silver. 4 for Zionsville Swim Club, Malcolm Slater. Lane 5 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Alan Chu. 6 for Stingrays, Justin Knopf. 7 for Southeast Metro Sharks, Gunnar Severson. And in lane 8 for Chelsea Piers Aquatics, Jack Haley. Malcolm Slater, Zionsville Swim Club, leading the way at the 100. 1:00:43, head of Ethan Silver of Long Island Aquatic Club. Lane 3, 1:00:91. Slater at the end of the backstroke, 2:12.54. Ahead of silver, lane 3, 2:14.39. Third, Jack Haley of Chelsea Piers Aquatics, lane 8, turning in a 2:14.90. Malcolm Slater, Zionsville Swim Club, still out front here on the breaststroke as he comes to make that turn coming up into the freestyle. Slater turns 3:35.78 ahead of Alan Chu, lane 5, Long Island Aquatics. Slater turns 3:35.78, Chu of 3:36.68. Malcolm Slater with a good swim for him, comes in 4:42.69, hits the wall this morning, 4:38.70 for Malcolm Slater. Heat 8s. Heat 8 underway now. Lane 1 for Waukesha Express, Mason Brune. 2 for Tsunami Swim Team, Derek Long. 3 for North Carolina Aquatic, Cooper Nicholson. 4 for New Wave Swim Club, Truman Brightup. 5 for Lakeside Swim Team, Noah Benton. 6 for New Wave, Caden Hedrick. 7 for Nova of Virginia, George Strudgeon. And in lane 8 for Kentucky Aquatics, Yu Zheng. It's going to be Caden Hedrick from New Wave Swim Club, lane 6. At the end of the fly leg, 59.79, ahead of Truman Brightup of New Wave Swim Club, as he turns in lane 4 and a 1:01.02. Into the backstroke, into the breaststroke. Caden Hedrick turning 2:12.06. Head of Cooper Nicholson now, lane 3. North Carolina Aquatic Club. His turn, 2:12.84. Cooper Nicholson, lane 3 on the breaststroke. To the front over in lane 1, Mason Brune, Waukesha Express. Turning at the 300, and Cooper Nicholson out front, 3:36.87 ahead of Mason Brune of Waukesha Express in lane 1, 3:37.15, and third Yi Zhang from Kentucky Aquatics in lane 8 as he turns in a 3:37.34. And Cooper Nicholson, 4:39.64. Heat 9. Heat 9, the first of our circle-seated heats in the preliminaries of the men's 400 IM. In lane 1 for Tsunami Swim Team, Samuel Hennepin. 2 for Nova of Virginia, James Shart. 3 for Dad Swim Club, Ian O'Neill. 4 for Lakeside Swim Team, Wilson York. 5 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Reed O'Connell. Lane 6 also representing Long Island Aquatic Club, Patrick O'Hagan. 7 for Swim Houston, Gideon Swan, and 8 for Chelsea Piers Aquatic, Chaz Jones. Ian O'Neill, lane 3, out front at the 100, 1:00.21 ahead of Gideon Swan in lane 7 at a 00.87. Gideon Swan, Swim Houston now out front on the backstroke leg. Gideon turns heading into the breaststroke at a 209.88. Second in lane 8, Chaz Jones, Chelsea Pierce, 212.28. Wilson York. Lakeside, lane 4, now in the second position. Wilson York, Long Island Aquatic Club, lane 4 into the lead as he turns at the 300, 329.40. Gideon Swan, second in lane 7, 330.75. Lane 7 now, Gideon Swan, Swim Houston. Bringing it down here, half a length to go to finish off Heat 9 in the men's 400 IM preliminaries. And Gideon Swan's going to have our new quick posting so far this morning in this event at a 4:33.25. Heat 10. Underway in lane 1 of Heat 10. For Fishers Area Swimming Tigers, Luke Parsons, 2 for North Carolina Aquatic. Ian Platts Mills, 3 for Academy Bullets. Braden Capon, 4 for Lakeside Swim Team. Thomas Mercer, 5 for Chicago Wolfpack. Charles Tracy, 6 for Tsunami Swim Team. Whitaker Stewart, 7 for North Carolina Aquatic. Connor Peckin, 8 for Tsunami Swim Team is Ellis Crescissi. Again, the Olympic trial cut time in the men's 400 IM, 4:25.19. Thomas Mercer, Lakeside here in lane 4, already has a time better than the cut time. His seed for this event, 4:24.93. Charles Tracy out front at the 100. 1:00.65 ahead of Thomas Mercer in lane 4. But Mercer now off the wall in the backstroke and into the lead. Braden Capon now leading the way in lane 3. Capon turns at the 200, 2:08.34, ahead of Thomas Mercer. And Charles Tracy, third in lane 5. Thomas Mercer now into the lead, halfway through the breaststroke leg. Thomas Mercer at the 300 at 3:26.59, ahead of Tracy in lane 5. 3:27.44, Capon third in lane 3. Thomas Mercer, Lakeside Swim Team here, lane 4. Coming into the wall, and his swim this morning is a 4:28.32, our quickest posting so far, with one more heat left to go. Heat 11. Our final heat to be swum this morning in the preliminaries of the men's 400 IM. Lane 1 for Texas Ford Aquatics. Yokanen Meza. 2 for Nova of Virginia, Brady Julian. 3 for Swim Streamline, Levi Tome. 4 for Germantown Academy, Landon Diariano. 5 for Core Swimming, William Savarisi. 6 for Academy Bullets, Sean Wayner. And in lane 8 for Nova of Virginia, Matthew Wolf. Landon Diariano taking it out at the end of the fly. He turns in a 58.22 ahead of Savarisi in lane 5, 1:00.01. Diariano from Germantown Academy turns at the 200, 207.59 ahead of Savarese in lane 5, 208.61. Landon D'Ariano, lane 4 at the end of the breaststroke. 3:23.03 ahead of Savarese at 3:25.00. And with 2 lengths left, Sean Wayner is third in lane 6 as he turns into 3:31.94. Landon D'Ariano already with his Olympic trial cut time in this event. Seed time better than the 4:25.19. And Landon's time this morning, 4:27.00. That's our quickest time posting in the preliminaries of the men's 400 IM. There'll be 14 heats coming up in the women's 100 breaststroke now. Heat 1. Lane 1 for Novi Sturgeons, Kathleen Schwab. 2 for Bulldog Aquatic, Sadie Hunenfeld. 3 for Tide Riders, Caitlin Coleman. 4 for Stingrays, Julianne Northrup. 5 for Fast Tigers, Avery Hannon. 6 for Poseidon Swimming, Josie Crum. 7 for Chicago Wolfpack, Jasmine Morgan. NCSA long course record of the women's 100 breaststroke, a 108.59 by Letitia Sim of TNT Swimming in 2021. And the Olympic trial cut time in the women's 100 breaststroke is a 1:10.29. Avery Hannon and the Fast Tigers here in lane 5. 1:20.69. Heat 2. Lane 1 for Long Island Aquatic, Callista Chen. 2 for Mercersburg Academy, Sophie Karoma. 3 for Kentucky Aquatics, Karamia Jones, 4 for Tide Riders. Charlotte Brown, 5 for Southeastern Swim Club. Kylie Zoller, 6 for Northwest Arkansas Aquatic. Maya Boscus, 7 for Nova of Virginia. Kirsten Armstrong, and 8 for Rockville Montgomery. Mimi Moore. First to touch on a heat 2, lane 8, Mimi Moore, 117.31. Heat 3. Results of preliminary swims in the men's 400 IM. Second alternate is Wynn. First alternate Hedrick. In the E final, Adams, Wolfley, Blatt, Grissisi. Potential swim off between never mind the swim off. So we got Blatt, Grissisi, Hennefent, Gluck, O'Connell, and Sanchez. In the D final, Chu, Zucker, Chimney, Parsons, Brune, Meza, Sturgeon, Robertson, and Haley. In the bonus final, Hartman, Dankirk, Richter, Nicholson, O'Hagan, Slater, Jung, and Termiloff. In the consolation final, Jones, Shart, Tome, O'Neill, York, Harrison, Julian, and Weiner. And in the championship final of the men's 400 IM, Peck, Swan, Capon, Platts Mills, Tracy, Mercer, Savarisi, and the top seed from Germantown Academy, Landon D'Ariano, in a time of 4:27.00. Time now 10:16, 30-minute scratch rule in effect for event number 12. Kinsey Kim in lane 8, 1:16.21. Heat 4. Lane 1 for Huntsville Swim Association, Sydney Night Camp. 2 for Germantown Academy, Isabel Liu. 3 for Chelsea Piers Aquatics, Sabrina Hobart. 4 for Oli Swimming, Grace Aguilar Fernandez. 5 for Fast Tigers, Emma Schumacher. 6 for Salem Swim Team is Delaney Parker. 7 for Huntsville Swim Association, Walden Wilder. And 8 for Texas Sport Aquatics, Morgan Farlow. Morgan Farlow, lane 8, 117.15. Heat 5. Heat 5 underway. Lane 1 for Arlington Aquatic, Josephine Geisman. 2 for Astra Area Aquatics, Avery Waltz. 3 for Coast Guard Blue Dolphins, Kendall Butler. 4 for New Trier Aquatics, Elise Newlands. 5 for Texas Fort Aquatics, Marley Pellegrin. 6 for Stingrays, Rose Jones. 7 for Rockville Montgomery, Isabel Valderrama. And in lane 8 for Academy Bullets, Kennedy Grusclos. Marley Pellegrin, 1:16.06. Heat 6. Lane 1 for City of Lafayette Aquatics, Brooke Gill. 2 for Tsunami Swim Team, Alyssa Gordon. 3 for Huntsville Swim Association, Ellis McGraw. 5 for Southeastern Swim Club, Julia Kiley. 5 for Nova of Virginia, Elizabeth Goodwin Burning. 6 for Kentucky Aquatics, Carolyn Biting. 7 for Academy Bullets, Kelly Sherdall. And lane 8 for Celine Swim Team is Parker Brown. Ellis McGraw in lane 3, 1:14.90. Heat 7. Lane 1 for Academy Bullets, Anna Doherty. 2 for City of Mobile, Peyton Williams. 3 for Team Pittsburgh, Natalie Sens. 4 for Long Island Aquatic, Madison Lynn. 5 for Rockville Montgomery, Megan O'Hara. 6 for Tide Riders, Mary Joyce Benza. 7 for Suburban Seahawks, Natalie Hoffer. And lane 8 for Ole Swimming, Elise McCall. And Heat 7 goes to Natalie Sens, 114.73. Heat 8. Lane 1 for Academy Bullets, Abigail Moore. 2 for Tide Riders, Catherine Chavez. 3 for Atlanta Swimming, Bryce Scully. 4 for Swim Houston, Emily Ford. 5 for Lakeside, Sydney Green. 6 for Tide Riders, Emma Whisker. 7 for Machine Aquatics, Megan Cleaver. Lane 8 for Chelsea Pierce Aquatic Club, Miller Ward. Emily Ford, Swim Houston, 115.20. Heat 9. Lane 1 for Kentucky Aquatics, Christina Aud. 2 for Poseidon Swimming, Caitlin Jager. 3 for Petty Aquatics, Celia Traub. 4 for Arlington Aquatic, Annabelle Bremner. 5 for Stingray, Sarah Fannin. 6 for Machine Aquatics, Alina Studkas. 7 for Long Island Aquatic Club, April Chun. And lane 8 for Long Island Aquatic, Kira Payton. Lena Stutkus, Machine Aquatics in lane 6. 113.40, quickest posting up to this point. Heat 10. Lane 1 for Center Grove Aquatic Club, Carly Dodd. 2 for Fort Wayne Swim Team, Autumn Bruins. 3 for Academy Bullets, Enya Linson. 4 for St. Croix Swim Club, Madeline Reed. 5 for Eagle Swim Team, Natalia Diaz. 6 for North Carolina Aquatic Club, Isabel Walk. 7 for Nova of Virginia, Christina Rodriguez. And lane 8 for Academy Bullets, Isabella Witowitz. Witowitz out front, lane 8 as she turns at the 50, 34.80. First to touch, Isabel Walk. She ties with Enya Linson. Time of 114.87. Heat 11. Lane 1 for Lakeside Swim Team, Sydney Perkins. 2 for Blazing Barracudas, Sophia Jimenez. 3 for Zionsville Swim Club, Madeline Aiken. 4 for Nova of Virginia, Cassandra Bauer. 5 for Academy Bullets, Olivia Moore. 6 for Suburban Seahawks, Taylor Tegler. 7 for Germantown Academy, Eliza Meth. And in lane 8 for Machine Aquatics, Elizabeth Bryant. Into the wall they come here. Heat 11. Touching first out of lane 8, Elizabeth Bryan. Machine Aquatics in a 1:14.09. First of our circle seated heats coming up in this event. Heat 12. And racing out of that last heat, if you didn't look at it, Heat 8 first to touch, and it was like reverse order. Heat 8 was the first position, Heat 2 was 7, and it went all the way across the way to lane 1, finished 8th place out of the last heat. Very unusual. Heat 12 underway, lane 1 for Affinity Aquatic, Lauren Patterson, 2 for Rockville Montgomery, Angela Kadori, 3 for Academy Bullets, Chloe Diner, 4 for Core Swimming, Campbell Chase, 5 for Chicago Wolfpack, Kayla Duran, 6 for Lakeside, Georgia Kaler, 7 for North Carolina Aquatic, Audrey Walk, and in lane 8 for Greenwich YWCA, Sydney G. Quick time so far out of Heat 9, Alina Stutkus, Machine Aquatics 1:13.40, and Heat 12 touching now, and it has the quick time. Chloe Diner from Academy Bullets 1:11.80. Heat 13. Lane 1 for North Carolina Aquatic, Eva Bulkey, 2 for Lakeside Swim Team, Hannah Schmidt, 3 for Chelsea Piers Aquatic, Abigail King, 4 for Academy Bullets, Elizabeth Naraki. Lane 5 for Tide Riders, Carolyn Fultz, 6 for City of Lafayette, Marie Landrenau, 7 for Dance Club, Sydney Smith, and lane 8 for Long Island Aquatic, Catherine Monofusco. Naraki from Academy Bullets out front, 32.67, ahead of Fultz at the 50. Olympic trial cut time these ladies are shooting for in the women's 100 breaststroke, 1:10.29. Elizabeth Naraki, Academy Bullets in lane 4. And Naraki with a trial cut time, 1:09.41. Elizabeth punching her ticket to Lucas Oil Stadium next year as we head into Heat 14. Final heat here in the preliminaries of women's 100 breaststroke. Lane 1 for Stingrays, Evelyn Dzernak, 2 for Affinity Aquatic, Caden Stout, 3 for TNT Swimming, Lavinia Sim, 4 for Academy Bullets, Bridget McCann, 5 for Northwest Arkansas Aquatic, Jenna Gogol, 6 for Northwest Arkansas, Leanne Fang Yu, 7 for Arlington Aquatic, Nina Wasaki, lane 8 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Joelle Fell. Here's the turn. We got Bridget McCann out front from Academy Bullets, 33.02. Ahead of Lavinia Sim for TNT in lane 3. Bridget McMahon, lane 4 with a seed time, 1:10.32. Just off that trial cut time of a 1:10.29 in the women's 100 breaststroke. Everyone pulling for these swimmers as they're trying to get their Olympic trial cuts in their respective events. And Bridget McCann, Academy Bullets, 1:11.20. Nice job this morning. The women's 100 breaststroke. Up now 12 preliminary heats for the men in the 100 breaststroke. Heat 1. Lane 1 for Chelsea Piers Aquatic, Henry Peters. 2 for Swim Streamline, William Henderson. 3 for Bowling Green Swim Club, Ian Sander. 4 for Stingrays, Cody Miles. 5 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Joseph Kirkman. 6 for Rockville Montgomery, Edward Deviney. 7 for Bowling Green is Ewan Fisher. NCSA long course meet record in the men's 100 breaststroke, 1:00:86 by Karsten Vessering of Nation's Capital, 2015, and the Olympic trial cut time in the men's 100 breaststroke, a 1:02.19. Joseph Kirkman, lane 5, 1:10.26. Heat 2. Lane 1 for Nova of Virginia, Bryant Julian. 2 for Center Grove Aquatic Club, Isaac Lewis. 3 for St. Croix Swim Club, Antonin Nevercall. 4 for Machine Aquatics, Caden Wilkinson. 5 for Nova of Virginia, Douglas Welsh. 6 for Zionsville Swim Club, Lewis Sams. 7 for Machine Aquatics, Charles St. Louis. And lane 8 for Dad's Club, Reed Vandervoort. Heat 2 on the wall, Antonin Nevercall, 1:08.34. Heat 3. Lane 1 for Chelsea Piers, Felix Flaxted. 2 for Dad's Club, James Moss. 3 for Novi Sturgeons, Jacob Bowers. 4 for Germantown Academy, Andrew Zhao. 5 for Rockville Montgomery, Mathis Filtren. 6 for Bulldog Aquatic, Adam Wiedemeyer. 7 for Chelsea Piers, Chaz Jones. And 8 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Alan Chu. Andrew Zhao, Germantown Academy, 1:06.95. Heat 4. Lane 1 for swim Streamline, Mason Otwell. 2 for Stingrays, William Igler. 3 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Reed O'Connell. 4 for Texas Fort Aquatics, Michael Termiloff. 5 for Affinity Aquatic, Tyler Burton. 6 for Academy Bullets, Mason Smith. 7 for Excel Aquatics, Gavin Fu. And an 8 for Waukesha Express, Ian Leonard. And Ian Leonard, lane 8 from Waukesha Express, 108.02. Heat 5. Lane 1 for Machine Aquatics, Austin McGregor. 2 for Waukesha Express, Carter Jewell. 3 for Suburban Seahawks, Brock Whitaker. 4 for Machine Aquatics, Nathan Widman. Lane 5 for Mako Aquatics, Brady Wayanapa. 6 for Machine Aquatics, Ryan Graham. 7 for Lakeside Swim Team, Hayden Beckley. Lane 8 for Rockville Montgomery, Jason Doan. Carter Jewell, Waukesha Express, lane 2, 105.66. Heat 6. Results of preliminary swims. The women's 100 breaststroke. Potential swim off for second alternate between Caitlin Jager of Poseidon and Anna Doherty of Academy Bullets. First alternate in E. Pellegrin in the E final. Jimenez, Kadori, Felt, Bremner, Ward, Traub, Moore, and Payton. In the D final, Walk, Stout, G, Ford, Moore, Chase, Dodd, and Reed. In the bonus final, Witowitz, McGraw, Linson, Walk, Sense, King, Tegler, and Smith. The consolation final of the women's 100 breaststroke, Meth, Bryan, Yu, Patterson, Wasaki, Stutkus, Dzernak, and Gogol. And in the championship final, Kaler, Schmidt, Foltz, Duran, Sim, Diner, McCann, and the top seed from Academy Bullets, Elizabeth Naraki, in a time of 109.41. Time now is 10:43, and a 30-minute scratch rule is in effect for event number 13. Okay, first on the wall in Heat 6 here, Holden Skidmore, 106.72. Skidmore representing Eagles swim team. Heat 7 now. Heat 7 underway. Lane 1 for Tide Riders, Daniel Garza. 2 for Arkansas Dolphins, Jacob Hale. 3 for Franklin Regional, Alexander Reese. 4 for Rockville Montgomery, Caden Algard. 5 for Dad's Club, Nicholas Hensel. 6 for Core Swimming, Chase Dye. 7 for Stingrays, Elliot Elmore. And lane 8 for Rockville Montgomery, Andrew Wong. Nicholas Hensel, Dad's Club here in lane 5. 107.10. Heat 8. We need a coaching representative from Academy Bullets and Poseidon Aquatics. Please come to the lower admin table. Coaching representative from Academy Bullets and Poseidon, please report to the lower admin table. Here's how they're lined up in Heat 8. They're halfway through it already. Lane 1 for Chicago Wolfpack, Larry Rattler. 2 for Tsunami, Jacob Duckworth. 3 for Long Island Aquatic, Andrew Cook. 4 for Lakeside Swim Team, Noah Benton. 5 for Boilermaker Aquatic, Lucas Arnaldo. 6 for Affinity Aquatic, Bence Burton. 7 for Zionsville, Gabriel Berry. And lane 8 for Excel Aquatics, Micah Keene. Lucas Arnaldo, Boilermaker Aquatic in lane 5, 107.42. Heat 9. Lane 1 for Nova of Virginia, Matthew Wolfel. 2 for Southeastern Swim Club, Eli Pacey. 3 for Team Pittsburgh, Carter Robertson. 4 for Rockville Montgomery, Brian Wilbur. 5 for Huntsville Swim Association, Jackson Frazier. 6 for Keystone Aquatics, Ryan Lee. 7 for Chicago Wolfpack, Jackson Heinlein Persol. And in lane 8 for Huntsville Swim Association, Justin Rowe. Brian Wilbur, Rockville Montgomery in lane 4. His time, 105.95. Heat 10. Heat 10, the first of our circle-seated heats in the preliminaries of the men's 100 breaststroke. Lane 1 for Lakeside Swim Team, Owen Durham. 2 for Affinity Aquatic, Max Mailer. 3 for Greenwich, YWCA, Aiden Beccaria. Lane 4 for Swim Streamline, Tyler Tannenberger. 5 for Petty Aquatic Association, Daniel Lister. 6 for Core Swimming, William Severisi. 7 for Southeastern Swim Club, Colin Houston. And 8 for Hershey Aquatic Club, Gavin Tran. Aiden Bucaria, Greenwich YMCA here in lane 3. Touches first in Heat 10, 103.44. Our quickest time so far. 2 more heats left to go. Heat 11. Lane 1 for Rockwood Swim Club, Jeffrey G. 2 for Carolina Aquatic, Calvin Shaper. 3 for Zionsville, Brady Byer. 4 for Suburban Seahawks, Jake Wang. 5 for Eagle Swim Team, Caden Bowers. 6 for Swim Streamline, Levi Tome. 7 for Excel Aquatics, Samuel Martin. And lane 8 for Southeastern Swim Club, Jun Zhang. Caden Bowers, Eagle Swim Team, lane 5 with the edge here in heat 11, coming into the wall. And Bowers' time, 1:03.23. Fastest so far. One more heat left to go. Heat 12. This is our final preliminary heat of the men's 100 breaststroke. Lane 1 for Dad's Club, Larkin Hellman. 2 for Kentucky Aquatics, Elijah Grinke. 3 for Ole Swimming, Andrew Delzer. 4 for Kentucky Aquatics, Alex Oceanbean. 5 for Lakeside Swim Team, Wilson York. 6 for Rockville Montgomery, Joseph Umhofer. 7 for Nova of Virginia, Spencer Ridge. And lane 8 for Kentucky Aquatics, Tiernan Moore. Oxenbean of Kentucky out front, lane 4, 29.74, ahead of Andrew Delzer, lane 3. Again, trial cut time in the men's 100 breaststroke, 1:02.19. Oxenbean coming in with a seed time, 1:03.04. And Alex Oxenbean touching in a time of 1:03.43. Ten preliminary heats now in the women's 200 butterfly, heat 1. Underway here in heat 1 of the women's 200 butterfly preliminaries. From Rockville, Montgomery, Gabriella Kaiser. 2 for Machine Aquatics, Colleen Reed. 3 for Astra Area Aquatics, Torrin Waltz. 4 for Rockville, Montgomery, Kelsey Miller. 5 for Tide Riders, Madeline Krager. 6 for North Carolina Aquatic Club, Avery Shuping. 7 for Rockville, Montgomery, Anna Mitchum. And in lane 8 for the Tide Riders, Emma Sasivic. NCSA long course record of the women's 200 butterfly is a 2:11.04 by Taylor Pike of Razorback Aquatic in 2017. And the Olympic trial cut time in this event for the ladies, 2:13.69. Kelsey Miller at the 100, 1:08.85. Ahead of Colleen Reed in lane 2, 1:08.92. We will be having a swim-off in the women's 100 breaststroke at the conclusion of the women's 200 butterfly preliminaries before heading in to the men's 100 backstroke. So swim off coming up at the end of the women's 200 butterfly preliminaries. Madeline Krager from Tide Riders in lane 5, 225.85. Heat 2. Heat 2 in the water now. Lane 1 for Affinity Aquatic Club, Ava Kaiser. 2 for Eagle Swim Team, Samantha Randall. 3 for North Carolina Aquatic, Mackenzie Collins. 4 for Long Island Aquatic, Reagan Freed. Reagan, your national anthem singer last evening. A beautiful job. Lane 5 for Tide Riders, Hannah Renaud. 6 for Eagle Swim Team, Jillian Hawkins. 7 for Team Pittsburgh, Amanda Ader. And in lane 8 for Chelsea Piers Aquatics, Audrey Gill. Heat 2 coming into the wall. On the pad first, Hannah Renaud of Tide Riders in lane 5, 224.85. Heat 3. Results of preliminary swims in the men's 100 breaststroke. Have a potential swim-off in this event that could determine one of these men going into the E-final. So that swim-off will be between Machine Aquatics' Nathan Widman and Huntsville Swim Association's Jackson Fraser. So I think we need coaches for Machine Aquatic and Huntsville Swim Association over at the lower admin table. Depending how that swim-off works, we got Gavin Fu, could be either the first or second alternate in E. Then the rest of E, I think, will be Burton, Wilkinson, Cook, Burton. So we got two Burtons. We got Tyler and Bentz. We got Dye, Otwell, Tran, and Shaper. I already talked about the potential swim-off between Fraser and Woodman. The rest of the D final heat, Rowe, Durham, Mailer, Moore, Zhang, Xi, and Heinlein Persall. In the bonus final, Arnaldo, Savarese, Houston, Hensel, Zhao, Pacey, Umhofer, and Hellman. In the consolation final of the men's 100 breaststroke, Skidmore, Tome, Ridge, Grenke, Martin, Robertson, Wilbur, and Jewell. And in the championship final heat of men's 100 breaststroke, Lister, Delzer, York, Tannenberger, Beccaria, Oxenbeam, Wang, and the top seed in the men's 100 breast from Eagle Swim Team, Caden Bowers with his swim 103.23. Time now is 11:01. The 30-minute scratch rule in effect for event number 14. Kane Bosher swam Houston in lane 4. 222.61. Heat 4. Heat 4 in the water, lane 1 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Avery Warden, 2 for Long Island Aquatic, Ellie Franks, 3 for Academy Bullets, Kendall Mailers, 5 for Germantown Academy, Amelia Gibson, 6 for Zionsville Swim Club, Annabelle Hermazinski, 7 for Wilmington Aquatic Club, Caitlin Horning, and 8 for Academy Bullets Swim Club, Kelly Shortall. Out first at the 100, Ellie Franks from Long Island Aquatic Club, lane 2. 107.54 ahead of Kendall Mailers of Academy Bullets, lane 3 at a 107.74. Kendall Mailers, Academy Bullets, lane 3, coming in. And she's going to have the new quick time so far through Heat 4, 2:21.84. Heat 5. Lane 1 for Arlington Aquatic Club, Rachel Conley. 2 for Academy Bullets, Alexandra Casanovas. 3 for Lakeside Swim Team, Sydney Brager. 4 for Nova of Virginia, Riley Miklos. 5 for St. Croix Swim Club, Evelyn Wood. 6 for Nova of Virginia, Kira Reed. 7 for Academy Bullets Swim Club, Caitlin Grisick. And lane 8 for Arlington Aquatic, Gloria Kwong. Evelyn Wood leading at the 100 out of lane 5, 106.37. Head of Caitlin Gresick in lane 7, time of 106.61. Evelyn Wood, St. Croix Swim Club, lane 5, 2:22.08. Heat 6. Lane 1 for St. Croix Swim Club, Sydney Detman. 2 for Southeastern is Audrey Crawford. 3 for North Carolina Aquatic, Yari Brock. 4 for North Carolina, Maya Lambert. 5 for Lakeside, Katie Coulter. 6 for Nova of Virginia, Olivia Waynard. 7 for Coast Guard Blue Dolphins, Phoebe Mayo. And 8 for Eagle Swim Team, Erin Booty. Swimmers in the men's 100 backstroke coming up. Don't forget that we're going to be doing a swim-off quickly here at the end of the women's 200 fly before we head into your event. Erin Booty, lane 8 out front, 105.96. Head of Audrey Crawford, lane 2. Into the wall they come on heat 6. And first to touch in lane 2, Audrey Crawford, Southeastern Swim Club, 219.99, our fastest posting so far. Here's heat 7. Lane 2 for Astra Area Aquatics, Rebecca Pickert. 3 for Grosse Pointe Gators, Sophie Schutz. 4 for Texas Fort Aquatics, Daniela Ferrara Fontes. 5 for Long Island Aquatics, Samantha Anderson. 6 for Chelsea Pierce, Margaret Erickson. 7 for Long Island Aquatic, Brianna Roccanello. And lane 8 for Academy Bullets, Ariana Nukla. Ariana here at the 100, 105.30 in lane 8. Second, Sophie Schutz in lane 3, 106.44. Daniela Fierrafontes, Texas Fort Aquatics, 221.09. Heat 8. Heat 8, the first of our circle-seated heats in the preliminaries of the women's 200 butterfly. Lane 1 for Dad's Club, Cassidy Kitchell. 2 for Tsunami Swim Team, Avery True. 3 for Blazing Barracudas, Beatrice Stewart. 4 for St. Andrews Aquatics, Aspen Gersper. 5 for Suburban Seahawks, Gemma Underkoffler. 6 for Core Swimming, Amelia Lester. 7 for Oli Swimming, Catherine Tang. 8 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Madison Connor. Hundred turn for the leader, Beatrice Stewart, lane 3, 105.77 ahead of Aspen Gersper, lane 4, 05.98. Third, Avery True in lane 2. Beecher Stewart of Blazing Barracudas, lane 3. Looks to be the first to touch in lane 8. And she does in a time of 2:18.07, our fastest posting so far. Heat 9. Lane 1 for Long Island Aquatic, Riley Freed. 2 for TNT Swimming, Megan Cochran. 3 for Team Greenville, Lilla Bogner. 4 for Chelsea Pierce, Mid-Award. 5 for Lakeside Swim Team, Charlotte Crush. 6 for Long Island Aquatic, Kara McDonald. 7 for Arlington Aquatic, Sophie Fredrickson. 8 for Team Pittsburgh, Lauren Opitz. It's going to be Charlotte Crush, Lakeside Swim Team at the 100, 102.90. Ahead of Lilla Bogner of Team Greenville, lane 3, who turns in a 104.61. (2:13.69), the Olympic trial cut time in this event. And Lilla Bogner, Team Greenville on the wall in a 2:14.21. Our quickest posting so far with one more heat left to go. Heat 10. Underway now, Heat 10, our final preliminary heat of the women's 200 butterfly. Lane 1 for Core Swimming, Eloise Williamson. 2 for Blazing Barracudas, Lily Mihawk. 3 for Rockville Montgomery, Angela Kadori. 4 for Novi Sturgeons, Emily Roden. 5 for Huntsville Swim Association, Samantha Chan. 6 for Suburban Seahawks, Caitlin Colasar. 7 for Salem Swim Club, Lauren McNamara. And lane 8 for Blazing Barracudas, Claire Mihawk. Emily Roden and Novi Sturgeons here, lane 4. Not too far off the Olympic trial cut time, with her seed time coming in 2:13.74. And our quickest time turned in so far out of the last heat, Lilla Bogner of Greenville, 2:14.21. Here we are at the 100 turn, and Caitlin Colasar, lane 6 from Suburban Seahawks, 105.18. Ahead of Lily Mihawk in lane 2, who turned in a 105.31. Again, swim off coming up in the women's 100 breaststroke at the conclusion of the heat that's in the water before we head into the men's 100 backstroke. Half a length to go here in Heat 10, our final heat in the women's 200 butterfly preliminaries. And Emily Roden, Novi Sturgeon's out front. Emily's going to hit the wall in a time of 2:16.02. All right, swim off coming up now with a women's 100 breaststroke. And this is for second alternate in the E final. Lane 4 for Academy Bullets, Anna Doherty. Lane 5 for Poseidon Swimming, Caitlin Jaeger. Early edge to Anna Doherty, Academy Bullets, lane 4. Doherty hits the 50 turn in a time of 35.07, ahead of Jaeger at a 35.29. Ladies tied in their earlier swim, 1:16.18. Looks like it will be Anna Doherty of Academy Bullets. And the time, 1:15.48. And Caitlin Jaeger, she swam quicker than this morning too at a 1:15.88. So nice job by both ladies. Well worth the swim off there. Up next, it'll be 18 preliminary heats in the men's 100 backstroke. Heat 1. Lane 3 for Affinity Aquatic, Tyler Burton. 4 for Affinity. Micah Mitchell, lane 5 for Academy Bullets. Lucas Hedrick, the NCSA long course record in the men's 100 backstroke, 55.17 by Ryan Gridley of New Trier Aquatic, 2018. And the Olympic trial cut time in the men's 100 back of 55.69. Results of preliminary swims now in the women's 200 butterfly. Second alternate in E, Wecker. First alternate, Freed. In the E final, Quang, Randall, Gibson, Ward, Renaud, Nikula, Bynum, and Anderson. In the D final, Raccanello, Casanovas, Schutz, Butcher, Booty, Crush, Mayo, and Opitz. And I'll be back with the rest of those preliminary results once we get the next heat in the water. Lucas Hedrick in lane 5, 1:02.29. Heat 2. Here now the bonus final heat of the women's 200 butterfly. Wood, Detman, Mahlers, Peckert, Ferreira Fontes, Tang, Fredericks, and Freed. That's Riley Freed. In the consolation final of the women's 200 fly, Lambert, Wainert, Crawford, Kokorin, Mihawk, Underkoffler, McNamara, and McDonald. And in the championship final in women's 200 fly, Chan, Gersper, Lester, Colasar, Stewart, Mihawk, Roden, and the top seed from Team Greenfield, Lila Bogner, in a time of 2:14.21. Time now 11:26, 30-minute scratch rule in effect for event number 15. Stephen Grude, Chicago Wolfpack. First to touch in Heat 2 in a 101.18. Heat 3. Lane 1 from Southeast Metro Sharks, Aiden Haverman. 2 for Machine Aquatics, Samuel Harris. 3 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Julian Pala. 4 for Machine Aquatics, Jackson Steiner. 5 for XL Aquatics, Carter Soleri. 6 for Rockwood Swim Club, Jacob Wolf. 7 for Arlington Aquatic, Avery Kuhn. And 8 for Arkansas Dolphins Swim Team, Joshua Smith. Jillian Paula, 59.47. Heat 4. Lane 1 for City of Lafayette, Curtis Malone. 2 for Nova of Virginia, Aiden Mumanovic. 3 for Rockville Montgomery, Chase Keeler. 4 for Stingrays, Ryan McOsker. 5 for Team Greenfield, Owen Bird. 6 for Huntsville Swim Association, Jonathan McDonald. 7 for Arlington Aquatic, Hugo Haggard. And 8 for Lakeside Swim Team, Wilson York. Ryan McCusker. Lane 4, 100.70. Heat 5. Lane 1 for Badger Aquatics, Eddie and Dolezal. 2 for Academy Bullets, Daniel Janitis. 3 for Huntsville Swim Association, Judd Lunsford. 4 for Chelsea Piers Aquatic, Hudson Zhang. 5 for Academy Bullets, Nathan Lindstrom. 6 for Center Grove Aquatic, Evan Hernandez. 7 for Arlington Aquatic Club, Lucas Zidlicki. And lane 8 for Lakeside Swim Team, Peyton Harrison. Lane 2, Daniel Janitis, Academy Bullets, 10051. Heat 6. Lane 1 for Tide Riders, Joshua Degoff. 2 for Arlington Aquatic, Robert Walters. 3 for Tide Riders, Brody Blatt. Lane 4 for Tide Riders, Asher Cole. 5 for Tide Riders, Benjamin Chumley. 6 for Swim Streamline, Jackson Lendahl. 7 for Streamline, Daniel Bittner. And lane 8 for Dad's Club, Cameron Brenton. It's going to be Cameron Brenton, Dad's Club in lane 8. 59.79. Heat 7. Lane 1 for Lakeside Swim Team, Christopher Thuer. 2 for Chicago Wolfpack, Joseph Countryman. 3 for Lakeside Swim Team, Clay Beaumont. 4 for Tide Riders, Sean McKinley. 5 for Core Swimming, Chase Dye. 6 for Kentucky Aquatics, Nicholas Johnson. 7 for Bowling Green Swim Club, Tyler Foster. And in lane 8 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Kurt Owens. Over in lane 1, Christopher Thuer, Lakeside Swim Team. Touches in a 100.08. Heat 8. Heat 8 underway. Lane 1 for Stingrays, Elliot Elmore. 2 for North Carolina Aquatic, Lucas Lee. 3 for Ole Swimming, Colin Sexter. 4 for Team Pittsburgh, William Gow. 5 for Kentucky Aquatics, Seneca Odo. 6 for Rockville Montgomery, Charlie Begin. 7 for Rockville Montgomery, Owen Watkins. And 8 for Carolina Aquatic Team, Asa Guerin. Heat 8 on the wall. William Gow touching first in lane 4, 100.55. Heat 9. Lane 1 for Huntsville Swim Association, Samuel Barnett. 2 for Team Pittsburgh, Joshua Grimmenstein. 3 for Zionsville Swim Club, Caleb Coots. 4 for Pittsburgh is Ben Whiteford. 5 for Machine Aquatics, Liam Hickey. 6 for Tide Riders, Julio Suarez. 7 for Chicago Wolfpack, Levi Tipton. And in lane 8 for Lakeside Swim Team, Zane Butt. First to touch in Heat 9, Zane Butt out of lane 8. Representing Lakeside Swim Team, 59.88. And we head into Heat 10 now. Lane 1 for Chicago Wolfpack, Cale Chow. 2 for Dad's Club, Colby Williams. 3 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Michael Morrow. 4 for Affinity Aquatic, Ben Spurton. 5 for Rockville Montgomery, Quinn Marcianini. 6 for Huntsville Swim Association, Owen Guerin. 7 for Rockville Montgomery, Seamus Rooney. And 8 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Evan Creeder. Our quickest time turned in so far in the preliminaries of the men's 100 backstroke, way back in Heat 3, Jillian Paula of Texas Ford Aquatics at a 59.47. There's Heat 10, Michael with Michael Morrow touching first, 59.72. Heat 11. Lane 1 for Arlington Aquatic Club, Kai Wang. 2 for St. Croix Swim Club, Jackson Kogler. 3 for Machine Aquatics, Anderson Church. 4 for Arlington Aquatic, Joshua Wolf. 5 for Rockville Montgomery, Brig Barnett. 6 for Arlington Aquatic, Evan Ingram. 7 swimming unattached, CMSA for Dane Goodman. And lane 8 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Matthew Pedler. Evan Ingram, Arlington Aquatic Club, 58.54. Our fastest posting so far. Here's Heat 12. Lane 1 for Zionsville Swim Club, Jake Terrera. 2 for Ole Swimming, Chase Zoltak. 3 for North Carolina Aquatic, Cooper Nicholson. 4 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Meg Yell. 5 for Tide Riders, Cohen Osborne. And 6 for XL Aquatics, Camden Richardson. 7 for Huntsville Swim Association, Philip Walker. And an 8 for Team Pittsburgh, Tyler Turgeon. Into the wall they come in heat 12. And out of lane 8, Tyler Turgeon from Team Pittsburgh, 59.42. Heat 13 now. Lane 1 for Hershey Aquatic, Jason Weller. 2 for Long Island Aquatic, Reed O'Connell. 3 for Suburban Seahawks, Zachary Oswald. 4 for City of Mobile, Noah Greer. 5 for Grosse Pointe Gators, Benjamin Bryan. 6 for Chelsea Piers Aquatics, Peter Michalik. 7 for Lakeside Swim Team, Hayden Beckley. And lane 8 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Braden Jones. Zachary Oswald, Suburban Seahawks over in lane 3. Oswald, 59.07. Heat 14. Lane 1 for Kentucky Aquatics, Clark Coyle. 2 for Waukesha Express, Mason Brune. 3 for Suburban Seahawks, Charlie Nenchef. Lane 4 for Tide Riders, Joshua Knoll. 5 for Swim Houston, Parker Eford. 6 for Dance Club, James Grossman. 7 for Waukesha Express, Trey Smith. And in lane 8 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Michael Seshow. Then Chopin 3, Nolan 4. Let's see who touches first. It is Joshua Knoll of Tide Riders, 58.27, our quickest posting as we head into Heat 15 now. Lane 1 for Northwest Arkansas Aquatics, Yo Fong Yu. 2 for Academy Bullets, Evan Connie. 3 for Atlanta Swimming, Elliot Renovian. 4 for Swim Streamline, Ryan Rudenbach. 5 for Germantown Academy, Brandon Fleck. 6 for Academy Bullets, Sean Wayner. 7 for Tsunami Swim Team, Nicholas Frank. And lane 8 for Lakeside Swim Team, Stephen Bailey. Brandon Fleck, Germantown Academy, out front, lane 5, and coming on strong, Evan Connie, Academy Bullets in 2. And it is Evan Connie from Academy Bullets touching first in heat 15, his time, 58:37. Heat 16. Heat 16, the first of our circle-seated heats in the preliminaries of the men's 100 back. Lane 1 for Rockville Montgomery, Griffin Oler. 2 for Huntsville Swim Association, Luke Bedsole. 3 for Coast Guard Blue Dolphins, Ryan Griffith. 4 for Waukesha Express, Ryan Slonak. 5 for Machine Aquatics, Noah Dyer. 6 for Zionsville Swim Club, Walker Mattice. 7 for New Wave Swim Club, Enzo Solitario. And in lane 8 for Academy Bullets, Simon Mikowski. Ryan Slonak leading at the 50 at a 28:05, ahead of Mikowski in lane 8. Slonak in 4, Noah Dyer, Machine Aquatics in 5. And Noah Dyer from Machine Aquatics touching first in heat 16. 57.80, heat 17 now. Lane 1 for Chelsea Piers, Owen Tharrington. 2 for Huntsville Swim Association, Kristen Wester. 3 for Stingray, Samuel Voss. 4 for Chelsea Piers Aquatic, Parker Lenosi. 5 for Ole Swimming, Max Haney. 6 for Affinity Aquatic, Thaddeus Austin. 7 for Tide Riders, Graham Zucker. And 8 for Machine Aquatics, Tyler Whitaker. Parker Lenosi, Chelsea Piers, lane 4, 57.05. Quickest posting up to this point with one more heat left to go, heat 18. Our final preliminary heat of the men's 100 backstroke. Lane 2 for Lakeside Swim Team, Sawyer Tapp. 3 for Academy Bullets, Braden Capon. 4 for Lakeside Swim Team, John Crush. 5 for Lakeside, Thomas Mercer. 6 for Team Greenville, Bennett Paramore. 7 for Huntsville Swim Association, Michael Tetchikoff. And in lane 8 for New Wave Swim Club, Jack Permule. There's the 50 turn with John Crush up front, 27:01, ahead of Braden Capon of Academy Bullets. Olympic trial cut time in this event, 55.69, and John Crush comes in at a 55.86, just off the trial cut. Let's see if he gets it here. John Crush from Lakeside into the wall, and he puts up a time of 55.85. Good swim there for John Crush. And that concludes our preliminary session here this morning on day 2. Warm-ups for finals back here tonight at 4 o'clock with our finals competition beginning at 5. I'll have official results for the preliminaries of the men's 100 backstroke in just a moment.